Welcome to the Uploader and Data Quality Report Overview video on the new STS Next Generation Database developed by IQVIA. The learning objectives for this video will include an uploader overview, the uploader workflow, file validation, error types, filtering, an overview of the data quality report, which will include file-based issues, validation alerts, alerts by uploaded records, and records level validation. Let's navigate to the application so that we can log in and proceed with the uploader process. I've entered in my username and password, and as you can see, with that login, I am currently able to access more than one database. This is an option if you have access to more than one database that you would currently collect information for. If you only collect for one participant, you will be navigated immediately into that database. If you have access to more than one participant, similar to what you're seeing on the screen, you will have access to each one of those areas. Select the participant group or the database that you would like to navigate to, and you'll see that you're immediately brought to the upload menu. The upload menu is going to display the uploader interface. As you can see, you will have your facility information, which is your participant information, which will be listed at the very top of the screen. In the middle of the interface, you'll notice that there are different icons to represent the different processes that happen during the upload transaction. Below those icons, you will see that there is an option to either drag and drop the file to upload, or you have an option to choose a file from your computer. Also notice that there is a max file size that is listed as 50 megabytes. Underneath that section, you'll see that there is the Upload History Report section, where you will see a history of all uploads that have been completed or attempted. You'll also see that there is filtering capability, which will show you the status, allow you to filter on the different statuses that are listed here. You have the option of all, passed, or failed. Underneath the status, you'll have the date of upload, where you're able to enter in by placing your mouse in that field, and you're able to select from the calendar that drops down below. You can enter a start time frame and also an end time frame. You'll notice that there are buttons underneath this section which will allow you to reset the selections that you have pre-entered. If you do not want to reset, you can go ahead and select filter to then update this page based on the criteria that you've entered here. You'll also notice that there is another option that is listed as sort by, where you have a drop-down option of either sorting by date of the upload descending or date of uploading ascending. All of these options would be selected, and you would select filter in order for you to update the listings that are on this page. I'll come back to this section once we've done an upload or two so that you're able to see this filtering capability in action. So what I will do is show you the interface, how it interacts when you select the option for drag and drop. I'll go ahead and I will locate a file to upload. And once that's done, you'll be able to see that the interface will change the text that is currently showing up on your screen. So I will go ahead and drag and drop. I'll do a drag so you can see how the interface changes. Notice that it updates to show the text to say release to upload file. So at this point you could release and it will queue up that file to be uploaded. I'll go ahead and I'll show the other option for choose file from computer. So I will go ahead and remove. Also notice how the interface updates where there are two additional buttons once you brought that file into the interface. Remove file or upload file. For this example, I'll go ahead and remove the file. So we'll start over again. The next option would be to select the file from the computer. So I will go ahead and select the file. I've selected the choose file from computer, and I will navigate on to my desktop where I have sample files for us to upload. You'll notice that the interface updates and you'll see the same buttons as you saw before, remove file and upload file. And you'll notice that my file size also displays to show you how large the file is. I'll go ahead and select the option to upload file. And now the processing has started. It goes through a series of steps to validate the actual file that is being uploaded into the IQVIA system. Through each step, validation is checking whether or not the file is the correct file format, if there are any issues with the structure. If there are no issues, it will continue to validate. And as you can see, I have 19 records that are currently being processed. And through this processing step, it is going through and checking to make sure that if there are any errors, such as critical errors or regular errors, and I'll go back and I'll discuss what those error types look like, and then, of course, warnings. So there are 3 types of items that can appear on your results. Again, critical records, critical error records, errors, and warnings. So as you can see, it's validating and it's actually checking if there are duplicates within the record data set. And you'll notice that 19 of 19 records have processed. The file has completed, and you'll notice you'll receive another message to indicate that the file processing has completed and that a new item has been added to the upload history. And if you were to scroll down, you'll notice that there is a new entry, whereas previously it was blank. Now you have a new entry that just displays the current results. This upload was successful. You'll notice that there was an icon showing in green, the green check, to indicate that this was a successful upload. In the upload card, you'll notice that you'll see the upload ID, the facility information or the participant information, which is the STS training, and my ID is 220. The processing status, which shows that the file upload was complete, and then the file name, and then last, the uploader username. So all of this information is very important, especially when speaking to our support team to assist in reviewing files that have been uploaded. Over to the right side, you'll notice that there are icons that are listed. You'll see that there are 2 currently. You could have up to 3 icons that would display. What's missing at the moment is a red X, and that would indicate critical errors that were found within the actual process, and those errors would display on the data quality report. You'll see that there is looks like a orange-yellow X, which indicates error. Then last, you'll have the blue triangle, which indicates that there are potential issues. Could be with parent-child relationship conditions, but these are warnings, okay? Underneath the icons, you're going to have a count. You'll notice that it says 19 of 19, and this indicates the secondary number that you're looking at here indicates 19 attempted records that were uploaded. And this number indicates 19 records were accepted into the data warehouse. So 19 records attempted, 19 records accepted. And then underneath you'll have a link to view reports. This view reports link will navigate you to the data quality report. Let's navigate to the data quality report. I'll go ahead and select the link, and you'll notice that a new window will appear. The data quality report is broken up into different sections. Let's go ahead and review those individual sections. The first area is the file-based issue section, and this is going to show you the validation in regards to the file structure. You'll notice down below it says validation alert, and it indicates that this file passed. Next, you'll see a message column, and it indicates that the file upload completed. If there was an issue with the file at the time of upload, you will see that message indicated here. The next section is the validation alert summary. And you'll notice that there is a pie graph or a pie chart that appears. This pie chart is interactive. You'll notice that I'm able to hover my mouse and I'm able to see pop-up information or hover text. Also, you'll notice that if you were to select on the actual pie chart, that it will filter on the specific type of alert. And in this example, I selected the warning portion of the pie. I also can interact with the labels that are listed here underneath the validation alert label. If I were to select the word error, that would highlight the portion of the pie and list all of the records that had errors related to those records and display them under the alerts by uploaded records. So you'll notice that I have a list of, in this instance, errors that are related to all 19 records that were uploaded. Also, if I wanted to sort on just the warning, I'm able to do the same thing. I'm able to select on warning, and again, the warnings would appear in the alerts by uploaded records. And I'm able to see all 19 have alerts that are related to warnings. Another thing that you're able to do to interact with this report is to take your mouse and go ahead and click, and that would be click and hold, and you're able to create this shadow, a box shadow, over the pie chart. Once you let go, what will happen is both types of alerts for error and warning for this example will appear all together within the section for alerts by uploaded records. So you'll notice that you'll have your column for the record ID, which is the internal ID that's generated within the IQVIA platform. Then you'll also notice that there's an additional column, which is the source record ID. The source record ID is pulled from your source vendor file that you exported from the system. And so that source record ID is your identifier that can tie back to your source vendor system, and you're able to identify that patient record. Then you'll notice that there is a column for the errors and then a column for the warnings. By default, all of the rows, if you'll notice, are highlighted in this teal blue color. If you wanted to view the information by individual record, you can click in any of the white space, and you'll notice that all of the highlighting is removed and basically is reset. So if you would like to view only errors, you can select on that cell. So in this example, I have the number 17 for the errors, and I'm able to then update all of the errors that are related to this patient record down in the bottom section, which is the records level validation. The records level validation will display the related messages for that record. You'll also notice that you're able to resize the screen to be able to view all of the message in its entirety. You'll see that there is also another identifier that you're able to use for reference, which is the source patient ID. The source patient ID, again, is pulled from your source file that you uploaded into the IQVIA system. And all of these errors that are related to the patient, you're able to view within this section. Another column that displays in this section for records level validation is the Access Case Link. And the Access Case Link will allow you to navigate to the patient record to view the actual case form in a read-only form. Any updates that are made will have to be done within your source software vendor system. You're only able to view the information within the IQVIA platform, but no changes can be made. Another thing that I would like to point out is that if you would like to see both the errors and the warnings for this specific patient together, you are able to do that. Also, again, using that mouse trick that I showed earlier. If you were to take your mouse and click and hold, you'll notice that there's a box that starts to appear. It highlights both of those cells for this individual record so that you're able to get both of those errors and warnings to list in the bottom portion of the records level validation section. And you're able to see the entire list for that patient. Another thing you're able to do with the data quality report is to export the information from this report so that you're able to review in another format. You're able to navigate to the File menu, and you'll notice that once you select File, you can select the option to export. Usually the preference is to export to Excel, but notice that you have many other options that you are able to export to. Once you select the option for Microsoft Excel, you can navigate, system will navigate you to the following menu. And here you're able to select different options to be able to export this file to. I'll go ahead and leave the default. I will show you the options that you have here where it says export, all pages, active visualization, active page, all pages. I'll leave it as all pages. And I'll leave the defaults and I will go ahead and export. But notice that you have many different options that you're able to select from on this page. Once you select export, the system will automatically download the file in an Excel format. And so that information that's listed down below will be exported to the Excel file. Another quick tip that I would like to show you is that you're able to export by right-clicking on the option within this table. If you were to right-click, you'll notice that you also get another menu. Again, similar to what you saw with the File menu, where you're able to export in different types of formats. But then also notice that there is an option to export to Excel. And again, similar to what we did, it will bring you to the same menu where you can select your options and download to Excel. Another tool that you could use when viewing this report is maximizing the actual sections within the report. The common area of where you would maximize would be the records level validation section. Again, if I were to right-click, you'll notice that there is an option to maximize the visualization. If you were to select that, you will see that this will take up the entire page and you have a full page view for you to be able to review the messages for the highlighted sections. In this instance, it was the errors and the warnings for that patient. You'll also notice, if you were to hover your mouse at the very top middle of this window, that you have navigation options, and this would actually navigate you to the different sections within the report. So if I were to select previous, you'll notice that you'll have a familiar page that will show up, which is the alerts by uploaded records. You'll notice that if you hover your mouse back into this section, that you're able to see those navigation arrows, so I could go back to the window that I was viewing before. Or if I wanted to restore the visualization layout, I could click the middle arrow icon and it would restore it back. Next, let's take a look at the navigation access that you will have using the hyperlink shown up below in the records level validation section. You can select the hyperlink and it will open a new page for you. Once the page loads, you'll be able to view this information in read-only access. No edits can be made on this page. All edits will be made using your software vendor system. Another feature of the data quality report is the ability to navigate to the case form using the hyperlink provided within the records level validation section of the report. I'll go ahead and select the hyperlink and the page will load. Once the form loads, you'll notice that it currently displays in read-only availability. You are not able to make any changes to this form. You are only able to make changes by going to your software vendor system, making the change there, and then re-exporting that file and uploading the updated file to the IQVIA platform. You'll notice that the case form follows the same layout in regards to the sections to the data collection form. You're able to navigate to each tab that is available by selecting the tab name. Once you review the information on the form, you will then have the ability to close that individual tab and navigate back to the data quality report. And since I'm in full view at the moment, you're not able to see those additional tabs. But I'll go ahead and show you the navigation. I'll close this and you'll notice that an additional tab was open for the case form, you can easily close that form or just navigate back to the tab that's available for the data quality report to go back to the report and view. This concludes the training video for the uploader and data quality report overview. Thank you.